For the past few weeks, Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds have been using their influence to try to turn the media against Justin and change how people feel about him. But recently, some new details have come out that are surprising. It turns out Blake not only used her power to get Justin removed from his own movie, but she also managed to take the director's chair for herself. On top of that, she allegedly offered Justin $10 million to drop the lawsuit he had against her and Ryan. Now, fans are really curious to learn more about what Blake has been up to. So, what is the plan here, and what does Justin's team have to say about all of this? Let us find out. It looks like there is more and more proof that Blake may not have been telling the whole truth, and what she did is really bad. It is hard to believe that she honestly thought she could get away with something like this. I have spoken to a few people about the situation, and many feel that the money and power Blake and Ryan Reynolds have might have made them believe they could get away with anything, even using their influence to push others around. This situation so Justin Baldoni has reportedly been laying low since his legal drama with Blake Lively started. He was recently spotted vacationing with the family in Hawaii on Saturday, February 15th. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have been in the spotlight a lot lately, hanging out with Hollywood's top stars at red carpet events and making headlines with their funny jokes on live broadcasts. They really caught everyone's attention when they went to the 50th anniversary special of Saturday Night Live, looking like they were having a blast. However, some people felt they might have gone a little overboard. At one point, Ryan made a lighthearted joke about their current legal problems with Justin. He said, "I have a question." "Oh, hi, Ryan Reynolds. How's it going?" in a playful way, which did not sit well with some people. "So, what have you heard?" Applause. In her lawsuit against Justin, Blake said that she has been going through a lot of emotional pain because of everything Justin put her through while they were working together. She has also been telling people that Justin started a smear campaign against her, making her feel like she does not fit in with the elite crowd anymore. But from how she looked on SNL, it does not seem like she is facing the major backlash she claims to be. Sure, there are some people online saying things, but seeing her have fun on the show makes it look different. People have been talking about her online, but what is said on the internet does not always reflect what happens in real life. In Blake's case, it looks like the online talk has not really affected her. But that is not the worst part. Ryan faced a lot of criticism after he made his joke about the whole situation. Many people felt he was making fun of something that is very serious. Beyond all the online drama and fan arguments, the truth is that this case is really serious and could change the lives of everyone involved, depending on how it all turns out. People think that Ryan joking about the situation is very insensitive, but here is the twist. According to sources, Justin Baldoni's legal team is not going to let Ryan and Blake get away with that joke. An insider told Page 6 that Justin's team plans to use Ryan's joke as part of their defense. They said it is very likely that Justin's team will use this public moment to support him, explaining that Justin is taking the lawsuit seriously and not making fun of the situation. The insider also shared that people in Hollywood think Blake and Ryan attending the SNL 50th anniversary show was not a good idea. Many believe they should have stayed away this time. Of course, no one expects Blake and Ryan to stop living their lives or act sad because of the lawsuit. But seeing them so happy and mingling with the biggest stars in Hollywood while claiming to be emotionally hurt by what happened to them does not look good. But wait, it gets even more interesting. Things just got a lot messier. Justin has allegedly filed a big surprise in court, claiming that Blake Lively offered him $10 million to drop the case against her. This is not just a normal settlement. According to sources, Blake offered Justin the money as hush money, hoping he would not reveal some damaging evidence he has against her. It seems that Justin's next step in court will be to bring out this evidence. To begin with, Blake has been exposed for allegedly making false HR complaints to Sony, with other actresses on the show, accusing her of serious wrongdoings. One of the complaints accuses Justin of being inappropriate. The complaint says that Justin touched a woman's butt and told her he was just trying to help with her posture. When she told him she felt uncomfortable with the touch, he apparently responded by saying, "It is fine, I am totally hot for my wife," in a dismissive way. The woman then explained that his relationship with his wife did not give him the right to behave inappropriately, but Justin allegedly replied, "Oh no." Justin reportedly told her to go see HR, but a few hours later, he returned to apologize, saying he was sorry they did not start off on the right foot. The woman replied, "You got off all right, but it had nothing to do with your feet." There were also screenshots of messages where the actress told her agent, "Justin just literally grabbed my butt in front of the cameras. I want to talk to someone at Sony right now." Another screenshot showed a summary of 3 complaints made by one actress against Justin, accusing him of acting strangely with her. One time, the actress was in a car with Justin and a driver when Justin reportedly started talking about how he used to be very addicted to corn and had sexual encounters where he did not take no for an answer or ask for consent. He allegedly said that he did not let that stop him. The actress then kicked him out of the car and told him that her rear-facing dash camera had recorded everything. In another complaint, Justin is said to have pressured the actress to act in a nude scene, even though the scene did not require her to be nude. In one incident, Justin allegedly insisted that the actress be completely undressed for a scene. He explained that his own wife had ripped off her clothes during childbirth, although it was later proven to be untrue. Despite this, Justin reportedly refused to let the actress cover her body and insisted on showing her live to all the screens on set. But there is more. In another complaint, Justin allegedly asked the actress if she had ever had an orgasm on camera. When she asked why this was needed, especially since there was no scene requiring it, he continued to pressure her. He leaned in and said, "I think we should go ahead and add it and show me what you got," after requiring her to do that. Justin allegedly put his hand on her thighs and said, "Come on, you can do better than that." His face was so close to hers that she could feel his breath. He closed his eyes and said, "I'm allowed to say this because my wife knows what I think about a good climax." She told Justin that she didn't feel like doing the scene, but he simply said that she was delaying filming by refusing. She was then forced to improvise the scene. Justin allegedly winked at her and said, "You know how hot this is, right?" Some people think these complaints were filed by Blake Lively, but since the names have been removed, it is hard to say for sure. If these complaints are real, they could support some of the things Blake said Justin did. However, many people are not convinced about the leaked HR complaints. Some believe that Blake and Ryan may have made them up to make Justin look even more guilty. There is just a lot of doubt around the whole situation. There are some things that don't quite add up in this situation. For example, why are the dates removed? It makes sense to keep the names of the people who filed the complaints private, but if the goal is to show that Justin behaved badly on set, wouldn't it help to show the dates as well to prove the point? Also, Blake's own lawsuit seems to go against these HR complaints. In her lawsuit, she said that she told a Sony representative she wanted to file an HR complaint against Justin and his business partner. Jamie Heath told Blake that Sony was not the right place to file an HR complaint and that she should contact Wayfarer, the studio responsible for production. So, if Sony was not handling HR complaints, where did these complaints come from? Another problem is that Blake did not include this information in her original filing. If someone had treated you so badly and you had proof that you had been complaining about their behavior for a long time, wouldn't you include that in your complaint right away? It just makes sense that if you had proof of complaints, you would include them in your lawsuit from the beginning to make your case stronger. But releasing this information now, after so much backlash, makes it look suspicious. There was a Reddit post from August last year where someone said that Blake Lively went to Sony Studios and told them, "If you do not give me my version of this movie, I will go to the New York Times and accuse Justin Baldoni of harassment." And as we know, that is what happened later. If this is true, it raises a lot of questions about whether Blake really threatened Sony at that time. Threatening to go to the New York Times and accuse Justin Baldoni of these things is a very serious claim. According to some sources, Blake seems to be desperately trying to find anything that can damage Justin's reputation or make him back down from the case, because she knows that she will not win if this goes to trial. Since this whole situation started, Blake has made some very questionable choices. She began by trying to force Justin to let her change the movie script however and whenever she wanted. And when he did not agree with her ideas, she seemed to push even harder. Blake called herself Jishi and even threatened to bring in her dragons, meaning her husband Ryan and her best friend Taylor Swift, to deal with him. Despite all of this, Justin was the one apologizing, telling her that he really appreciated her ideas and understood how she felt. He said, "I just want to thank you for sharing that with me. It takes a lot of trust and vulnerability. I really appreciate you feeling safe enough to tell me how you feel, and I am very sorry. I made a mistake, and that is on me. One thing you should know about me is that I will always admit when I make a mistake and say sorry. I am far from perfect, and I have many flaws, just ask my wife. I will mess up sometimes, I might say the wrong thing, and I might make you angry, but I will always apologize and try to make things right. I am really sorry for making you feel that way. I can only imagine how bad that must have felt, and I will do better next time." There have been talks about Colleen Hoover, the author of the book, possibly making a sequel. In fact, some people believe that the entire lawsuit could be a plan to hurt Justin's reputation and get him removed from the director's chair. This could be Blake's way of taking control of the rights to make a prequel or sequel to It Ends With Us. As many of you probably know, Justin holds all the movie rights to the book. But if he is found guilty of something as serious as workplace misconduct, those rights would go back to Sony and Colleen Hoover. Blake said that Justin started a smear campaign against her, but it looks like she might be the one who went to the New York Times first. She gave them all the details of the lawsuit before it was officially filed, and they ended up publishing an article that made it seem like he was in the wrong. Personally, I think it is better to wait before making any decisions or assumptions. We need to see what happens with the case because right now, everything seems pretty messy and unclear. Blake Lively made some serious claims, saying that Justin Baldoni came to her trailer when she was topless. However, Justin has shared text messages that show Blake had actually asked him to come to her trailer. He also pointed out that she was very comfortable breastfeeding in front of the cast and crew. To him, it did not seem unusual. Personally, I have never fully believed in the idea of a smear campaign. I have always felt that the situation seemed more natural than anything else. It was not about fake or misleading articles. It was just Blake Lively being shown on her own, and it seemed like her actions were causing her own downfall. Justin then shared the text messages with his PR team, asking, "This is not us, right?" And they confirmed that it was not. Another important point is that Justin proved the New York Times article did not just pick certain text messages. They actually changed the messages themselves. He showed the original messages compared to what the article published. It's one thing to pick and choose certain parts of a story, which I guess can happen, especially when you consider that Ryan